Guys, it's Marcy, Double Diamond with It Works Global, and I'm just doing my Sunday little team video I like to do for you guys. And I don't have anything super specific, but I've had a couple people on the team that have messaged me throughout the week and just talk to me about how to get a DT, how to like close the deal, things like that, or even loyal customers. What I've learned is we each have our methods and our approach to do this. And developing that obviously takes time. It takes time to learn your craft in anything. And so I'm just going to kind of say some of the tips and things that I do that are different from when I started, when I really sucked at it and was not getting anyone. So the number one biggest thing is do not word vomit. It is so easy to do. I will still catch myself sending somebody a message and be like, delete, 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 like, that's too much. And I loved it when I was on vacation with my sister. She was talking to some potential people and she was having me proofread it. And I'm like, you said too much, like take it back a notch, say this or, whatever. So I love getting to work with you guys and help you guys and do things like that. Like I said, I still catch myself saying, holy shit, don't do all of that. Like that's too much. That's overwhelming. So don't word vomit. Keep it short. When somebody says, what's it mean to be a loyal? Phrase it however you want, but make sure you get in there that it's a 3-month commitment. You're going to have to order any one product and you can change each month. Those are the basics that need to be in there. Beyond that, word it however you want. I like to, say, I will help you change it. And people always ask, like, can you order more than one thing? Yes. And even sometimes I've had people, I've explained it to them face to face and they still have questions. So that's why you don't want to complicate stuff. Don't confuse people. Make it as easy as possible. I know Elise and I just hosted a wrap party for Emily on the team, and Elise wanted to talk about perk points. I don't talk about perk points a lot because the loyal customer program is already so confusing. I feel like adding some of that stuff on there is confusing too, even though it is awesome. The perk points are super cool to use towards free products and stuff like that. And it's great to keep them ordering and, being loyal customers longer. I just try not to overcomplicate stuff because I know it can get crazy and confusing, and then, it can just be bad. So that's something I don't do a lot of. Does it mean you can't talk about perk points? No. If you want to talk about them all day long. Figure out a non-confusing, non-word vomiting way to do it and do it. I mean, like I said, it's your business. These are my tips that just work for me. So when you're talking to somebody, don't word vomit. Don't promise that you're gonna, give them everything under the sun. We have a very giving team. We've been very fortunate, and a lot of people, obviously different places on my downline, have been very fortunate to have either loyal customers, distributors, things like that given to them. It doesn't mean that necessarily if you have Joe Schmo sign up that you're going to keep reining in loyal customers and be able to give them to them. So if you say you're going to be able to give them, hey, I'll get you your 4 loyal customers, we'll get you 120 credit in your first 30 days, we got this. What if you don't get those loyal customers? What if you just told Joe you're going to get him all this stuff and then you can't pull through? That puts you're starting out on the wrong foot. You've already let them down. You already promised things that maybe you shouldn't have promised, and then you're left looking like a liar and a cheat, or just ridiculous. People can blow things out of proportion as well. So you don't want to do that. Say, I will be here to help lead you. I will maybe be able to help you here and there. If I get a customer, I might be able to push them down, which also could confuse them with that lingo and stuff like that. It might just go and be misconstrued. So just be careful what you're saying. Because even if it makes sense when you're typing it, it doesn't always make sense when they read it. And it's really easy to misconstrue and have your tone misread and stuff in texting and Facebook messaging and things like that. So just be really careful. I like to stress the importance of the team atmosphere because we do have a very special team. I know I say this all the time, but we do, guys. We're so close-knit. We're here for each other. I know Brenda posted she had some really shitty stuff done to her car magnet, and it's really awful. But like just reading the support and the advice and things like that, I mean, guys, you're great. And so I stress that, like, hey, if you want to be a part of something really cool, like we have this awesome team, we do these monthly team meetings. You'd be surrounded by positivity, like things like that. And somebody might like, oh yeah, well that sounds, ooh yeah, super cool. But they see us, they see how we interact on Facebook, and things like that. So even if they might be too cool to say they want that, they're paying attention and they might want it. So different things like that. And the word vomiting, as far as transferring, like I said, over to loyal customers, try not to do that as well. And I know I have a lot of new DTs under me that are to the process to where they're starting to sign DTs of their own. And they're working to build those. So some basic things when it comes to that, because I know I've had some questions on where do I push this person? What do I do now? I got a loyal customer. I know I'm not supposed to keep it, but what do I do with it? Fill the DTs you have underneath you. Keep pushing them down. Even if they got their 4, still push them, because you're going to still get paid for the loyal customer. If it's on your top line, you're going to still get 10%. But it doesn't do you any good to have them directly underneath you. Unless, like, in the next month, they're going to turn into a distributor or something, which you never know. Somebody might say they're going to be a distributor, and you're going to wait a few months. You just never know. So I would just keep pushing down, build people up, and if they end up switching, we'll talk about it and we'll figure it out from there on out. But push them down, don't keep them. I have not kept a loyal customer since February. I just got 3 last Sunday, pushed them all, was able to help another distributor and spread some loyal customer love around. So that's my method, because when you want to keep promoting, you need to build the people underneath you. So keeping them all, hoarding them all to yourself, it doesn't do you any good. So push them down. If you don't, like maybe you have a couple distributors or you have 5 distributors or whatever, keep pushing them down. And if you don't know where, talk to your upline. And if your upline maybe doesn't know, go to a higher upline. If you don't know who your uplines are, just message me and I'll say, hey, okay, we'll work on it or whatever. I know Steph had a question earlier. Steph Specken. I know Kelsey's team has like 3 Heathers. It's getting crazy confusing. She had a question on what to do with some stuff, and so she messaged Kelsey and I, because I was reading Kelsey's. I might give slightly different advice. So then Stephanie gets to take all this advice and put it together and decide what she wants to do. So that's what's great about the team. And the best part is Stephanie can do whatever the hell she wants, because it's her business. And, she's smart enough to ask for advice and help. And then, she's a smart woman. She'll figure out what works for her. So that's what's great. If you have people signing up to be a distributor, or if you are a new distributor on this team and you're like, I don't know what's going on, message me. I try to message all the new DTs once I get you added on and stuff like that. Might take a few days. I kind of am sometimes a busy lady. But go ahead, and you need to work with somebody to get a launch party. That's so important, because a launch party will typically get you 1 to 2 loyal customers. It'll get you knowledge. I know Emily, when we just did one for her, she's like, I learned a lot. Great, that's important. And now Emily would know enough to where if she wanted to maybe go and try to do a launch party on her own, or just a wrap party, I guess it wouldn't be another launch one. If she wanted to go to a wrap party, she might know enough to be able to comfortably kind of do one, or of course I would go with her, or things like that. But you do tend to learn a lot, and she was able to sample things that she hadn't sampled. And even if you think, oh, I'm only gonna have like 1 or 2 people show, that's kind of a waste of time. No, it's not. I just did one last Monday, and it was just a girl who's already a loyal customer and like her sister-in-law. I drove 40 minutes one way and did it and brought all my samples and stuff. I think she'll be joining the team soon. Her sister-in-law got to hear her and, ask some questions and things like that. It's never a waste. If you're able to talk about products, get people samples of stuff, and just build your own confidence of like, oh yeah, another wrap party down, I got this, then it's totally worth it. these are things that you can't learn through a YouTube video, the real life hands-on experience. Maybe that's just the teacher part of me wanting you guys to go do that. I don't know. But it's so important to be able to do launch parties and things like that. So if you're new, let's get a date on the calendar. Let's get you launched up and start building your business, and things like that. And watch YouTube videos. I love when somebody's like, I've been watching YouTube videos of different people. That's great, guys. That's what I did. Like, just pull random. I mean, I might watch a 20-minute video and write down a thing or two that I learned, whatever. Well, it's still something I learned. I mean, it's still something I can, use and apply, obviously, to make my own videos, I guess. I don't know. But just keep figuring out ways to learn and grow and stay positive. Stay positive. That's the hardest, craziest part. I know I have to message a girl here that a couple months ago was a loyal customer and just kind of one of those special sorts of crazy, and ended up she was going to switch and try something not It Works. Well, she sent me a message Friday and was like, can we talk a little bit more about the business side of this? Yes, by all means we can, because I love building my business, but okay. I mean, stay positive, keep the lines of communication open. You never know who's going to come back and want to talk to you, or some of this reverse blitzing. Get a shirt, wear your green, have your blitz cards, have your greens on the go. I mean, all of that stuff we're seeing on the team page, people posting, it's working for them. If you're not doing some of that stuff and you want your business to grow, follow somebody on this team page, pull from them. We're all here to learn together and grow, and we are. And I think that's all I have. So you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Love you.